staple town for tourism, retail, restaurants, bars, and entertainment, it's easy to forget the labor and industry that forged the foundation of the bustling town. Understanding the early and formal founding of Marine City requires looking back to approximately 1818 with the arrival of Samuel Ward. Samuel Ward, originally from Vermont, took residence in the area by placing a log cabin on the west side of Water Street between Jefferson and Broadway in 1819. During Samuel Ward's beginning years, he joined up with Father Gabriel Richard, and together they purchased a large plot of land in the area. The partnership was limited, though, as Father Gabriel Richard was eventually elected to the 1823 U.S. Congress. In 1824, Father Richard secured the area of Catholic Point for the Catholic Church. The area was south of the intersection of South Water and Bridge Street and stopping at the intersection of South Main and South Water Street. The land plot itself ran east to west between South Main and South Water Street. Anything beyond the intersection of South Main and South Water Streets would be considered the Yankee Point area, which would become industry-laden. The land cost $82.23, and in 1825, United States President John Quincy Adams would issue a grant for the land for Catholics under St. Agatha Parish. Eventually, Holy Cross Church would be built on the site. However, though, Samuel Ward would still remain the major economic contributor to the area with the founding of the first shipyard in 1819. The shipyard would become not only a place where several ships were built, but a trade and supply entity as well. The reach of Samuel Ward's fleet was expanded with the opening of the Erie Canal in 1826. His ships could now run waters from Wisconsin to New York. Aside from commercial shipping venues, one of Samuel Ward's steamers to Detroit ran a transport mission for the Union during the Civil War around 1864. Shipbuilding became a base industry for the Marine City area for approximately 50 years, with various shipyards going into business. However, Samuel Ward was truly the first established, producing everything from standard shipping vessels to steamers. A more foundational structure of the Marine City area began to take place with the establishment of not only St. Clair County in 1821, but the first post office of the area. Bell River Post Office was established by Samuel Ward, who even served as his first postmaster in 1831. After the establishment, Samuel Ward laid out and founded the village of Newport in 1834. He would remain active in the area until his death in 1854. The village of Newport would remain until it was renamed the Village of Marine in 1865, and then renamed once again to Marine City. However, it was not an incorporated city yet. David Lester was its first president. He was also a captain and prominent shipbuilder in the area. After the founding of Newport, a sawmill was built in the area in 1837. Soon others would follow in 1842, 1847, and 1851. Logs for the mills were rafted on the St. Clair and Bell Rivers. The mill in 1851 was built by Dr. L.B. Parker and George Grummond on Yankee Point and would also become a stave mill. Dr. L.B. Parker would eventually represent the Marine City area in the state Senate in 1863. The sawmills were of great economic importance to the area by providing lumber for the shipyards and frame dwellings. They also supplied the stave mills, which made wooden barrels for the ships and businesses. The business of shipbuilding, saw and stave mills mixed with retail would remain the primary business until the area's next boom in 1874, when the first newspaper was published, First Bank went into business, Marine City Stave Company was organized, and eventually in 1882, rock salt was discovered and would eventually become an industry. Even as an economic staple in the area, education was part of the region too. The first educational institution was the Newport Academy, which was built by Eberbrock Ward, Sam's nephew, in 1847 and founded by Emily Ward, who was a niece of Samuel Ward. Her academy developed several individuals that would hold prominent roles in the country and make places in its history. Eventually, the academy would be sold off in 1868, and Union High School would eventually be built. It would not be until 1887 when the village of Marine City was incorporated into a city. It took 2 votes of the state legislature, the first one failing with a veto from Governor Louis. A second vote was eventually taken and passed, thus incorporating Marine City. Marine City, after its incorporation, would have various bouts of industry come into the area all the way through the 1900s. Some of the other things that would eventually come along were roads, railroad, electricity, natural gas, and a waterworks. The city would also have a certain degree of retail that would change face with the times. However, the carvings of time have made Marine City what it is today, a staple on the water that has a focus on entertainment, tourism, local retail, restaurants, and some industry.